2022, 2023 is just around the corner. And again, I come across another video which really addresses safety. This lady on TikTok. This is sad, right? It's sad that this lady has to tear out her hair follicles. She leaves them in the car. She puts her fingerprints all over the windows. Because if something goes wrong, she says at least there is DNA and proof that she was in that vehicle. I mean, how sad is that? That a rider, or a female rider in this case, has to resort to pulling her hair out and putting fingerprints all over the car because she fears for her life. So that should send quite a strong message to the public relations department, right? Jill Hazelbaker. This is how a female Uber rider feels, right? Shows you that you have a massive, massive issue with safety, which you are still not addressing, Jill. And Dara, right? How would Dara address this lady, right? If you had to, Dara, if you had to write this woman a personal letter, Jill Hazelbaker, if you had to address this young lady, how would you formulate that letter, right? Oh, we hear that you tear your hair out and put fingerprints all over the car every time you are in an Uber vehicle. Now, to that lady, the chances of something happening to you with an Uber driver are far, 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 far smaller, percentage-wise, possibility-wise, than something happening to us, the driver, with all those unknown factors, those unknown riders, passengers in our vehicle, right? You know, maybe the drivers should start, depositing a couple of their hair follicles in their car. You know, I'm just saying, it's quite ridiculous that this type of fear, right? And it's warranted fear because they're not doing anything. It's warranted that the drivers go out and protect themselves with mace, tasers, buy themselves a 9mm, do whatever it takes to keep themselves safe because the company doesn't keep them safe, right? But for a rider jumping around from Uber to Uber and Lyft to Lyft, tearing out how many, soon you're not going to have any hair left, right? I mean, every time you're tearing your hair out and leaving DNA, because you are so fearful that something may go wrong. I just find it very sad that this type of fear exists in the gig world, in the rideshare world, and it really doesn't have to if the companies do their job correctly. If these CEOs would go out and put a couple of additional vetting mechanisms in place. But here's the problem. When they lose all that riffraff, right, the real troublemakers, right, the real fake profiles, the real people that are hiding their identity or getting gift cards or finding ways of getting on the platform, even after they've violated the terms, they're back on the problem is that Uber does not want to shut these people off the platform because it's money, right? This riffraff brings in money for Uber and Lyft and other companies, right? So there's no restrictions on the riffraff, on the trash that sometimes in our, I'm using the word trash because anyone that's getting in the car and wants to steal your car or stab you in the neck or shoot you in the back, that's trash. Those are trash humans, right? But the companies are okay taking their money. So is government doing anything about this? Is the FTC? Is the Transportation Department? No. There is no oversight. There's no controlling these. They can do what they want. My theory is, just a long shot here, but Uber brought in Tony West, right, as their main legal attorney, knowing, right, that if Kamala Harris gets the nomination as vice president, we may have someone on the inside that protects us. And I'm not going to go into politics because I think that Republicans and Democrats are doing a trash job in this country, just taking care of their own wallets and their own purses. There's no true politicians left on the Democratic and on the Republican side. They're all trash, right? There's a handful of countries that I know overseas, maybe in Sweden or Norway, where there's still ethical politics, right? But when you have every Democrat and Republican trying to fill their coffers, their monies, and get donations, and it's always a favor for a favor, you can't run a correct political system. You cannot, right? Cannot tell me that they're fighting for the people. You cannot tell me they're fighting for the gig workers. And when these companies are constantly so protected, when these corporations are so protected, especially when it comes to paying taxes, right? When the rich take care of the rich, right? All of these people have offshore accounts and are not paying into the system. Why are politicians, and on both sides of the aisle, why are Republicans and Democrats not holding these corporations accountable for taxes? Could solve a lot of our problems, could fix our roads, could fix the health infrastructure, could fix schooling. Now, but you know what? Give them a freebie. Let them register their company. It's the rich taking care of the rich, my friends. Let me tell you, that's the way it is. And sadly, the driver here has to suffer because there are no checks and balances on Uber and Lyft. They can do what they want. Under Republican and Democrat rule, they can do what the F they want because they always protected. You got money, money takes care of money. Period. Right? So I'm just saying it as it is. We should, Mene, thank you so much. I appreciate you. We should have some protection mechanisms built in. We should have accountability. There's no accountability. There's no accountability. Which politicians are all gung-ho holding these companies responsible? None. No Democrats, no Republicans. These companies. It's carte blanche. They can do what they want and they get away with it. Right? So, because we're an army of 5 million people, I request you rise up in 2023, right? This rider, this passenger should not have to tear her hair out and leave DNA evidence and leave fingerprints all over. Why doesn't the Department of Transportation say, hey, you need to implement safety measures here, right? Why is there no control over these? Why are the institutions not controlling these companies and say, listen, you're doing such a terrible job on safety. If you do not fall in line, here are the penalties. No, they turn an eye, they look the other way, pretend like everything's okay, pretending like nothing happened, and the companies continue to do their shenanigans. Why? Because they know they can get away with it. Why? Because they know that somewhere up the chain they're affected. So you have to use relentless pressure in social media. Every story needs to be recirculated. Everyone that does not have a Twitter account, get yourself a Twitter account, get yourself a YouTube account, set up a Facebook page, and get the stories out, right? So the more pressure you put on companies, corporations, and politicians, the more stupid they look, right? And all they care about is re-election. All they care about is their donors, their money. So put the relentless pressure on all these legislators, on Congress, on the Senate, everyone, Republican, Democrats, are saying, hey, you are failing drivers. You are failing drivers, right? So they need to step up big time. And you can help by just pushing the stories out. That's already enough. Just pushing the stories out. Dan, the driving man, in the house, getting ready for 2023. I mean, this is a battle we can win. I'm telling you right now, this is a battle we can win if we all stick together, right? If we all practice, just the basics on social media and and hit them on all their little weaknesses, right? I found out 2 days ago from an Uber attorney. I mean, they're on my ass, but I don't care. I told them straight up, I don't care. You're not going to intimidate me. You're not going to force me to stop. You're not going to stop my voice, right? And I take care of myself. So, God forbid they come close to me or close to family, then all hell breaks loose. But we have to have a spine, have some steel testicles here, and fight back, right? We're not going to be intimidated. We're not going to be baited. We're not going to be switched. We're not going to be constantly abused by these algorithms just because they are protected by higher powers. Where are all these higher powers? Where are all these Republicans and Democrats and independents? Where are they? Where are these institutions that are supposed to protect labor, right? Even like on deactivations, they know, right? They know that, like, for example, a wrongful termination or just random deactivation, right? It violates contract law, it violates labor law, it violates due process, and it violates fundamental fairness, right? All these violations. And there's no like due process where they can, where you can submit your evidence or upload your evidence and say, hey, you know what, the rider tried to get a freebie here, right? It's disgusting. They don't address the allegations of deactivation. No, they just deactivate because the rider's money is more important, right? And then you are deprived of income. You're now losing money, your income, because you got wrongfully deactivated, right? Pretty damn sad. Pretty damn sad. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. All I say, in 2023, we're going to have to fight a little bit harder. Yes, I say that every year we have to fight a bit harder. But fighting harder means just more numbers rallying together, more numbers turning to social media. That already is fighting harder, right? So send emails to your congressmen, send emails to your senators, send emails to the FTC. Just hold their feet over the fire. Don't give up. Top of the hour, great. Dan got his story on Fox News. Congratulations. I'm heading down to Orange County. Have a $300 booking. Going to bring this person back to Thousand Oaks. Yesterday was great. Yesterday was 1G. Scott Tucker, them responding says that we are close. Yeah. I mean, them responding and putting a spin on media, trying to put a story to counter all the strikes, shows that they're worried. I know them responding even to me shows that I'm getting under their skin. And that's good. That's good if this channel gets under their skin. Because this channel, I know, costs them millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, right? Because A, we educate ourselves here. We arm ourselves. We make ourselves stronger. We take care of safety. We figure out how to outplay the algorithms in this channel and other channels. That's what I love about the YouTube channels. Always discuss the ways to outwit, outsmart, right? Gotta say, even shout out to Sergio, brings out we may not agree on the strikes, even the same with Pedro Santiago. We may not agree on the strikes, but what we do agree on is figuring out ways. And YouTubers and their subscribers, you guys are excellent at this, is finding ways to outsmart the algorithms. That, my friends, costs them millions and millions and millions of dollars, right? Us rallying strikes and boycotts and protests costs them millions and millions and millions of dollars, right? The damage we do to their public relations costs them millions and millions and millions of dollars. All the wrongly classified, for example, class action suits, arbitration cases, Drivers turning to attorneys, empowering themselves, getting their money back, cost them millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, right? So get the word out. Always get the word. You got a good story, circulate it. Got a good story, drop it in Facebook. Got a good story, drop the link in Twitter. Attach their name at Uber, at Lyft, at DoorDash. Still not doing anything about safety. Still not addressing safety. You don't have to write much. It's very, very easy to embarrass them. But you got to use their techniques, right? At Uber, at Lyft, at DoorDash, at Uber Help. Attach all these names. Look up Dara Koshashawi's handle. Look up Michelle Bouie's handle. Look up Tony West's handle. Look up Tony Zoo's. They all have handles on Twitter and Facebook. Put the story in front of them. What are you doing about this? Well, what are you doing about this? You're failing us on safety. Why does this woman have to tear her freaking hair out and put hair follicles and fingerprints in the car? Because she feels unsafe, right? You can't fault her for that, right? You can't fault the lady for feeling unsafe. I know a lot of drivers that are in Chicago and other areas, Texas, I feel unsafe. I don't work at night anymore, right? It's a genuine fear. Don't dismiss this genuine fear. If you have that fear, if you have that anxiety, address it. Don't shelve it. Don't go out at night and say, oh, frickin', I have crazy anxiety. What's going to happen tonight? I feel unsafe. What's going to happen tonight? No, you have the power to take that anxiety and that fear and take it to social media, right? I'm afraid of driving at night because of this story, right? Story after story after story on social media. They'll never win this battle. Jill Hazelbaker, Dara Koshashawi, Lyft, the public relations manager at Lyft, the public relations manager of DoorDash, they will never, ever win the battle. Only thing they can do to win the battle is make change. Take care of your drivers, pay wise, take care of your drivers' safety. Those are our top two, my friends. Without safety, you don't have them. Without money, you can't operate. How are you going to operate? How are you going to pay your rent? How are you going to put the food on the table? How are you going to take care of your kids? How are you going to pay for the education? Right, when they're constantly shafting you and higher powers are not protecting you. So it's a tough one, my friends. 2022 was a tough year, right? And I urge other YouTubers to talk about this, how hard 2022 has been. And I urge other YouTubers to come up with healthy solutions for 2023, right? Because this was a very, very trying and hard year, 2022. It really was, right? Everything opened up again, business opened up again, but that opening up gave them the opportunity to open up all these new abuses, all these new algorithms, upfront pricing, trip radar, not addressing safety. These are all abuses that took case in 2022. To me, 2022, show me the money. I love it. That's the Show Me the Money Club. That's on Harry's channel. Show me the money. So, that's their branded. It's a good brand. So I think Sergio and Chris do Show Me the Money Club. Good channel. Vasilia says, you're a voice. No, look, we need a voice, right? And yeah, I'm losing my voice because I'm shouting so much, but my voice ain't gonna go away. You're gonna have to cut the fucking vocal cords out of my throat before my voice goes away, right? That's the one thing I do, is I yap a lot, I talk a lot, right? But it's to fire up the troops, my friends. It's to fire up the troops. The troops have the power, right? Troops turn to social media and we win this game. So yeah, I will use if people say, oh, you talk much, yeah, I do. But I'm the only one that's really not afraid to take them on, right? Any of these, why should I be afraid, right? Why should I be afraid? If these CEOs had gone through 3% of what I went through in South Africa, that's why, this shell is a tortoise shell. It's a rhino skin, right? You ain't gonna fucking penetrate rhino skin, Dara. You ain't gonna penetrate a tortoise shell, Tony Zoo, right? My training, my street smarts are very, very different to yours. I don't sit in some little cozy house in Palo Alto or San Francisco with a $2 million security entourage who are all armed. I'm armed myself. I take care of my own business, right? And I fear no one. Why should I fear these people? Even if they try and intimidate me, or attorneys start threatening me, they can go fuck themselves, all of them, right? We are here to implement change. We are here to get paid properly because we deserve to be paid. We shouldn't be exploited. You know, we're not a sponge where you like push every last drop of water out of us. That's not who we are. We're not disposable sponges, right? We're humans and we work. You don't see that, I'm sorry, and because I have to read these sad stories. Man, do I read a lot of sad stories per day. Drivers, real people confessing, ladies and gentlemen. You might be in a position to say, oh, in my market here, you know, I drive SUV black in Vegas, I'm making good money. Good for you. Good for you, but you are in the 5 percentile. The other 95% are hurting. They are bleeding, they are bruised, right? And they want solutions. This is real. And this is where I really ask those other YouTubers, fight with your brothers and sisters. Call these MFs out. Call them out by name. Let them know what they are doing. Call upon these politicians on both sides of the aisle, Republicans and Democrats. You got to do better. You got to do better to protect, because they're violating every damn law, labor law, you name it. They're violating everything, and they get away with it, right? They get away with not paying taxes. Like, why? It's because cronies are looking after cronies, and we're going to disrupt that chain. We're going to break that chain, and we're going to bring some freaking law and order, right? It's got to be law and order in this thing. Unacceptable at every day. Now we're up to 3-4 stories per day. Murders, you know. And I bet, like, if you would report on, because Uber and Lyft are brands, they get sensationalized in the media, right? When you have a taxi driver, you know how many taxi drivers get shot and killed every day? They have these big perspex boards up here. You know, taxis are all, they take care of themselves. They have big screens built in, because they don't want to get ambushed by from the back, right? They don't want to get ambushed from the back. But we don't hear about all the taxi drivers that die daily through stabbing, shootings, and carjacking. Maybe they're not going to carjack a bright yellow taxi cab, right? But too obvious. No, but I'll go after that Prius, or I'll go and carjack that Mercedes over there, right? Doesn't have any branding, hard to find me. So yeah, and easy to call, right? You're like a sitting duck. You're driving into an ambush. But we don't hear all the good taxi drivers and the shuttle drivers that get murdered daily as well. All we do is we hear about the Uber and Lyft stories. Why? Because they are brands. The media, like, oh, put up the Uber logo, put up the Lyft. Another Lyft driver shot, another Uber driver stabbed. You don't hear all the taxi stories. So let's not forget our brothers, right? Taxi drivers are our brothers and sisters. They are our allies. We need them for competition. Remember this, Uber and Lyft tried to swallow the entire taxi industry. Had they done that, they would have monopolized everything. We need the taxi drivers. Don't see the taxi drivers as the villains. They are our brothers and sisters. Respect them and fight for them. They don't get enough credit. We need taxi drivers in the mix to regulate everything, to regulate the prices, hold these companies accountable. You and I know they try to destroy the taxi business, wipe them out. They even said it with their billions of dollars that they got from investors. They tried to wipe out taxi organizations. They failed. Now they're getting in bed. This show should teach you a lot about the company. First, we tried to wipe out the taxi organizations. Now we get into bed with them. They're in bed with them in San Francisco. They're in bed with them in New York, right? If you can't beat them, join them, right? That's the company's motto. If you can't beat them, if you cannot destroy them, join them. That should tell us a lot about the characters that we're dealing against. So you got to play dirty. I'm sorry, but like when they come with this type of shit, when they when they act in this fashion, you got to play dirty, right? You can't just sit back and say, oh yeah, you know, I just got shafted another day. Oh, I didn't get anything for New Year's Eve. You got to fight back, my friends. You got to fight back, right? And there is no more powerful tool fighting back than social media. Powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. Attaching their name, embarrassing them daily. Keep the stories alive. Keep them coming. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. So, and I truly, truly hope we'll have more positive stories to report on in 2023, because 2022 is a lot of darkness, sadly, a lot of darkness, a lot of abuse, a lot of killings. 2022 was not a cool year for gig workers. It was a rough year. And I hope we can turn this around in 2020. I have a lot of hope, my friends. Right? We got to speak the truth. We got to be, as painful as it is, we got to report the facts, right? And I also urge those other YouTubers, right? Don't fear these companies. Don't tiptoe around them, right? Don't tiptoe around these companies. Take them dead on, right? Dead on. Take them dead on. Call them out by name. They've done something wrong. Make a video. Say, hey, this is wrong. Or another guy got killed. You could have done something about it. What's this bullshit thing like, oh, with ADT, you can call the panic button. Come on, man. What's ADT and your stupid little panic button gonna do, right? I'm bleeding out with 5 bullets in my body by the time ADT or a cop even responds. You gotta sharpen up. You got to put safety measures in place that keeps the riffraff out of cars. And if you cannot do that, you have to okay the fact that drivers have tasers or guns or anything to protect themselves. Oh no, you have a taser in your car, you get deactivated. You have a gun in your car, try to protect yourself, you get deactivated. Don't let them find out, my friends. Just hide it. Hide it somewhere. On you or wherever you have to, just hide it. Right? But like, you cannot let them dictate. 70-30 is what it is, man. 70-30 is where we are. People were screaming and up in arms when it was 50-50. They were going nuts when it was 60-40. Now it's 70-30. I have even seen 80-20. I ain't lying. I have seen 80-20. And come New Year's Eve, believe me, it's their big money day. All they're trying to do is get drivers to drive on New Year's Eve, right? They don't want you sitting at home. They don't want you to drinking champagne. They don't want you to be with your family. They want you to drive so they can get the highest margins. On New Year's Eve, if you are driving, please make sure you ask that rider, how much did you pay for that New Year's Eve trip? You will be blown away what they will take, because they know they have the rider. They know the rider is going to drink. They know how desperate the rider needs to get home at 2 or 3 a.m. after 2-3 bottles of champagne. They know it. They have them in their hands, and they will take every dollar out of the pocket because they're too drunk to even understand, right, what they're paying there. New Year's Eve, a lot of alcohol, a lot of champagne, a lot of beer, a lot of vodka, a lot of tequila, right? When you start messing up, when you start messing with the ride and the passenger's brain, believe me, Uber and Lyft see a golden opportunity to charge whatever they want. The question is, what are you getting out of the equation, right? My guess it's going to be an 80-20 split on New Year's Eve. My guess is you're going to get 20% of that astronomical fee. And the passenger is going to wake up in the morning with a headache and saying, what the WTF? What did I pay last night? Holy SHIT. WTF. What did they charge me last night? I was so drunk, I don't even realize how much they charge. Wait, dear passenger, you'll relate to this on the 1st of January when you wake up with a hangover. I heard that. No more bonuses in Chicago. Like, there are genuinely cities on New Year's Eve where there are no Uber and Lyft bonuses. What up with that? First New Year's Eve ever. So you talk about exploitation. Give me some good news, ladies and gentlemen. I need some good news. "51 people in the house." Smash that like button. Scott Tucker, nothing from Lyft in Austin, Texas. Yeah, there's some crumbs. I think there's three for $20. 3 trips for $20 if you drive from 6 to 11 p.m. Right? That Flavio, thank you. Boston in the house. I want to say thank you for looking out. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being part of the channel, Flavio. Keep it coming. Keep the fight alive. Fireworks, Saturday. Yeah, we're going to create a lot of fireworks. There's going to be fireworks in the sky on New Year's Eve, but we're going to create our own fireworks, right? Flavio, I appreciate you. Keep it real. Keep it keep fighting. Oh, this is why everything was so slow. There's a big accident here on the 101. I'm like, why are the cars driving so slow? Because here the police here, bad accident. Oh, really bad accident. Now we're moving. Now I like this. Now let's accelerate, make up for lost time. But 2022 was hard. I urge more drivers to transition from rideshare to private trips, start building your own company. For many, this is like the only job, right? And it's a job that many people love. Or let's say loved years ago, and sort of falling out of love with the job because of pay. If you're working, you want to be paid. You want to be paid for your work, right? If in the back of your mind you always feel like, oh, I'm being shafted on this trip. They're shafting on me on this trip. They're shafting me even more in 22 versus 2021 versus 2018. If that's going on in the back of your head, it builds up a lot of anger. And if I was any of those gig CEOs, I would double my security in 2023. People are pissed. People are pissed. Dara, attorneys, all of those guys, people are pissed. Go double and triple your security. People are angry, right? And you can only make people so angry it reaches a certain boiling point, right? You punish or abuse people so much, there's a tipping point, right? So my advice to those executives, get yourself some serious security in 2023. People are angry. They are angry. You saw what happened in Holland. They break the windows. They stormed the Uber office. They set off flares. They pissed. You saw what happened in France. You will see it's going to happen in America. It's going to start happening here in the United States. People are going to get really rowdy and really pissed in 2023 if the basics are not addressed. Mark my words, right? Mark my words, Dara, Tony, John Zimmer, mark my words, right? You've had massive flare-ups in 2022 over in Europe, right? You've had Uber offices broken into, windows, flares. Watch, it's going to happen here. People are angry and people are pissed. So my advice to these executives, double or triple your security entourage. The numbers are on our side. They're not on their side. It's a handful of little people creating shenanigans. We have the numbers, my friends. We have the millions. We have way more power then you know. And there are a lot of other little companies, subscription-based, Empower being one of them. You'll see a lot of these subscription-based services where you pay a monthly subscription. I know who they are, but before I mention the names, I need to see 6 months of activity. Right? I don't want to just see a company come in there, grab the money and leave. Right? I want to see results. I want to see these companies. I know who they are. They're 3 subscription-based companies, right? I want to see them succeed and get a lot of momentum, because they take a basic monthly subscription anywhere from $30 to $250, and they let you keep all the money. There's no surges and there's no bullshit. They just let you keep 100% of the monies, and you are paying a subscription fee to be on the platform. It's a brilliant concept, but it has to gain traction. We need to see 6 to 12 months of this, and they will start biting into Uber and Lyft's model. And Lyft to me is fairly much done. They're a $9 something. They're that close before bankruptcy. To me, Lyft is done. That's why you don't see a single bonus, a single surge, people complaining all the time. Way more complaining about Lyft than Uber. Lyft is done. They're on their knees. Just need to take a baseball bat and knock them out. They're done. They finito, finish, right? They're done. They are done. You can kick that pink mustache into the gutter. It's done. You're dealing a $9 something on the share. Finished. Uber's loving that. If Lyft folds, Uber suddenly becomes extremely empowered, because then they have the complete monopoly. They have no competition, right? And all those last Lyft drivers will go over to Uber. That's when Uber has a big victory. They would love to see Lyft go out of business. Dude, come on, man. Drives right in front of me. Come on. Fucking stupid. Fuck. Guy drives like right in front of my car. Put your indicator on, buddy. Stupid fuck. Phoenix is in the house. Don't you love those guys that switch lanes and they just drive right in front of you? No indicators. This guy did it twice to me. Roulette wheel in the house. So yeah, show us some real worthwhile bonuses and surges and some real money on New Year's Eve. Come on, step it up. Uber slogan, like nice little pretty picture. Ring in 2023 with extra cash. What extra cash? 55 people in the house. Smash the like button. We're on 36. Let's get it up to 40. And remember, social media is your best friend in 2023. So if you don't have your YouTube account yet, set it up. If you don't have your Facebook account yet, set it up. If you haven't joined Uber and Lyft Facebook groups, go join them today. If you haven't set up your Twitter account, set it up. If you haven't set up your Instagram account, just post a picture of your earnings and say, this is what I received, this is what the rider paid. Just keep on putting it out there, because this is how we win the public relations battle, my friends. Got a lot of people that are being wrongfully deactivated. We have seen such a surge in signups on GigRocket, and we are sending out appeal after appeal. So if you got deactivated, write up a statement. This is how I got wrongfully terminated. This is how I got wrongfully deactivated. This is what the rider did. This is what the company said. Write it up. Doesn't have to be long. Your name, your email, your phone number associated with the account. Set up your GigRocket account. Send us the statement. Attach proof, any type of proof you have, screenshots, and then we send it out. And they have 21 days to act. If they don't act within the 21 days, boom, we hit them with a small claims for lost earnings. Yeah, lost earnings. You're losing money. You realize it. You're actually losing money because of that wrongful termination. Every day that goes by, you're losing money at an average of $1,000 per week. Now you're making zero per week. So you're losing $1,000 per week. Put in that claim, right? We fight back. So don't be shy. Turn to GigRocket. We'll help you out. Or if you want to transition from rideshare driver to private driver and be a complete independent contractor where you call the shots, where you call the rates, again at GigRocket, take the private chauffeur course. 50, we've got 73 people in the house. I welcome you all. We are enjoying the last, 48 hours of 2022. 2022 was a pretty damn rough year for gig workers, and we're going to turn this around in 2023, right? With your help, with my help, and hopefully other YouTubers' help. Hold up the mirror. Always hold up the mirror to these people and let them see, right? As Flavio says, we coming from truth, right? We are speaking truth. We are putting truth in the universe. We course correcting. All the wrong courses that they try to take you on, we are doing course corrections. No, you're not going that way. You're going to come back here to the center. So gig workers are doing all those course corrections. You do those course corrections on social media. You start injecting the truth, right? If you have gray clouds, you inject enough sunshine until the rays break through, right? Visualize that. Just keep on pounding those hot, warm rays through that mist, through that fog, through those clouds that they try to create. And eventually those rays will break through. The truth shall prevail, my friend. You know? That's why you're not guilty until you've been proven guilty, right? You can't just go out and deactivate someone and say, oh, you're guilty. We terminated you, guilty. You're not going to make money anymore. No. You give the driver the chance to prove himself or prove herself, right? Innocent, right? You're only guilty if all the evidence shows you are guilty, right? But if you get a bullshit rider report, some crap that someone's making up, if they say, oh, you were under the influence of alcohol or you took marijuana, immediately go and get your drug. It's going to cost you $100. It's going to cost you $150. But go and immediately, same day, look up on Google. Go and get your drug and your alcohol test. So you can say, Your Honor, I lost all this money because of a false report. You can even go out and sue the rider for the false allegations. If you have a rider who has a good job, right, you can make some serious money. You subpoena the name of the rider, and then you hold the company accountable and you hold the rider accountable, right? You hold them accountable, you sue them, right? Because they defamed you. They made up stories about you. They said, oh, he was high, he was on alcohol, he was driving and weaving. All bullshit to get a freebie. But the company will always believe them. Hence, when you have that allegation against you, you immediately, my friends, you immediately find $150 and you go and get your drug and alcohol test, where you show there was no alcohol in my bloodstream, there was no cannabis, no marijuana, no cocaine, no amphetamines, no heroin, no ecstasy in my blood, period. Fuck you, reinstate me, pay me, right? Could be $100. I know places here are charging $150. It's worth it, my friends. It's worth it. What is it going to cost you? It's going to cost you to go on Google, find a location that tests for drugs. I know one on Sepulveda. Anybody run into this issue in LA? All the drivers that I work with, they all go and get tested there on Sepulveda, right? It's like close to Ventura and Sepulveda. I'll give you the address if you need it. And I know the guy, right? So get a little bit of a discount. You can't lie. If they're taking a test and they're testing your urine and you're pissing in a thing and there's no alcohol in there or there's no drugs in there, that's what it is. The rider can make up every wild story they want to, but one thing the rider, the passenger will do, they'll get sued. You will get sued for making up false stories that cost our job and cost our livelihood. We'll come after you, right? Melvin's in the house. Happy New Year, everyone. 2023, baby. Rock on, fight on. I love you all. I'm cruising here at what altitude? Sea level, 73 miles an hour. We're on the 5 freeway going down to Orange County, California. I used to live in Orange County for 2 years in Laguna Beach, right on the ocean on PCH, right by the Montage, by the 1,000 Steps. Had a beautiful house down there. Too much driving though. Too much driving. Hard to find good news, my friend. 100% rise, Flavio. But if you do find the good news, bring it to me. I love making a story on good news. And there's a couple of drivers who said, oh, you only report on the bad news. You only report negative stories. Bring me the fucking positive stories and I will report on them. There ain't none. Bring me the positive news. Stop fucking bitching and whining. Right, I report on what's out there. If it's a stabbing, it's a stabbing. If it's a hijacking, it's a hijacking. If it's a carjacking, it's a carjacking. Stop fucking telling me I report on bad news. If you have positive news, bring it to me. I will make a story. If there is a beautiful story, if a driver saved a life, or if a driver pulled someone, was a hero and pulled someone out of a burning house, right, and saved a life, I will report on that story because it's positive. Very simple. We report on what happens every 24 hours. If they get rid of the surcharge, the 45 cents and the 55 cents, well, that ain't good news. That's that little 45, 55 cents you're losing, but it's news and it's not good news and I have to report on it. Get it? Capiche? Yeah, comprehende? Good. So for those few little individuals that say, oh, there's too much darkness, too much negativity, bring me the positive news. Find me the positive stories. I will report them, I promise you that. I'm not withholding positive news. I'm eagerly awaiting positive news in 2023. There are some glimpses of hopes here and there. Not glimpses of hopes, glimpses of hope. Sorry, let me correct. Glimpses of hope. "59 people in the house, all getting ready for New Year's Eve. Are you staying in? Are you partying? Are you popping the champagne? Are you celebrating with your family? Are you going to a nightclub? Are you going to a concert? Are you going to fireworks? Are you going to get in your car and drive? What shifts are you going to drive? What platform are you going to drive? What city are you going to drive in? Do report, do report, do report. What on earth, I'm curious, are you doing on the NYE, New Year's Eve evening? Are you going to go out there and try and make money? Or are you going to pop those? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm popping champagne. I want to celebrate with my family. I want to celebrate and ring in 2023, right? Music, food, good food, alcohol, obviously not for the children, but for the parents. And I don't want to drive people around. I'm not taking any. Some of my drivers are making on New Year's Eve, and I have one or two drivers that have got bookings from 31st and the 1st of January for about $2,500, $3,000, and I am happy for them. I want them to make that money, right? But if you've worked your ass off 365 days this year, or or 364. I want to take a day off. I want to enjoy it. Oh yeah, I also took Christmas off, right? And I took the strikes off. So, maybe work 360 out of the 365 days. Oh yeah, and I went on holiday to Europe. So I've got to take those 3 weeks out. Maybe I worked 330 days out of 365. I wish you luck. I wish you luck. Where are we? We're by the 60 and the 5. Don't like this area. A lot of trucks, bad roads, terrible roads. $53 likes. Smash that like button. Happy New Year, everyone. There's really two things that I wish you and your family, two things. And that is health and happiness. I think that's the strongest combination. If you're a happy person, and if you have your health, you're in good shape. You have a little bit of money thrown in there, great. Right, a little bit of cash, a little bit of health, a little bit of happiness. You're in good shape for 2023. We'll fight back, I'll promise you that. Oh crap, what am I doing here? Okay, 3 lanes merging into, there we go now. We're heading on the 5 south to Orange County. Anybody from Orange County in the house? Anybody from Orange County in the house? 61 degrees. 61 degrees today. Cloudy skies. The fight is real. The fight is real. Salud. So I'm going to wind this live stream, but I was very vocal in this one. But I just want to carry the energy through to 2023, right? Let's not let our guard down. Let's always have our 360-degree radar built in. Let's keep ourselves safe. That's the most important thing here, is your safety, right? I want to see every person every day live and breathing. That's the main thing. Let's not forget about that. That's the main thing. Everything else follows. Money will follow, everything else will follow, but your safety is key here. It's the most instrumental puzzle piece, right? Is this one little puzzle piece called safety. Because without the safety, we don't make the dineros, we don't make the euros, we don't make the rubles, we don't make the Swiss francs, we don't make the British pounds, we don't make the Australian dollars, we don't make the South African rand, we don't make the US dollar, right? Dollar, this thing, kashish. You guys know what that is. It's like a nice papery, love that feeling, counting money between my fingers, love it. Love it, just absolutely love counting those notes. Preferably not $1 notes, but preferably the blue ones, the hundreds, just stacks of them, just count them. Love that feeling. You guys know that feeling? When you're counting money, it's a beautiful feeling. It's a psychological high. Oh yeah, cash. Oh yeah, made some cash today. Oh yeah, it's a great feeling. Ooh, that paper feeling of blue notes between my hands. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Love that feeling. Everyone deserves to feel that high. Money, money, money isn't funny in the ratchet world. All the things I could do if I had some money from those gig companies. We're on the 5 South. German, sehr viel Verkehr. Lots of traffic. Lots and lots of traffic, lads. It's a fucking lot of traffic here, a fucking lot of cars on the road, lads. All I see is fucking cars. I see a highway full of fucking cars. It's crazy. It's trying to get through these cars. It's like just a sea of fucking cars everywhere. Like all I see is fucking lights and cars. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Clients already texting me. What time will you be here? What time will you be here? Give me the ETA. Give me the... Sweetheart, I am on time. I'm having fun in a live stream. Stop interrupting my live stream. Clients texting me. What time is your ETA? What time are you going to be here? I will be there on time. If you're watching my video, I will be there on time. John Wayne, baby. Scott Robertson's a John Wayne, not far away from me. Private clients. You know that song from Tina Turner? I'm your private dancer. So what you want to sing is private client for money. Any old money will do. I'm your private client. Client for money. Any old color will do. That's it. Sing it all day long, baby. Set it out in the universe. Set those intentions for 2023. Set those intentions. We're at the 5 and the 710 to Long Beach. Not going to Long Beach today. Going to Long Beach on Friday. Anybody down in the LBC on Friday, hit me up. I'll take you out for a meal or coffee or whatever you want. Cafe latte, a tea, whatever you want. Whatever you want. So I'm going to be down in Long Beach on Friday. If anybody's down there, hit me up, hit me up. I'm your private client. I pay you money every time you drive me insane. I'm your private client. I will pay you money. All right, here we go. Never claim to be a singer. So don't judge me by my voice. I'm not a singer. But I can make up crazy lyrics like this. I can make up songs quickly. Okay, 5 south. Everybody's traveling south. I'm your private client. Client for money. Seven-seater Suburban or an 8-seater. Woo. Listen, 8-seaters always come in handy. 8-seaters come in handy. Tomorrow I literally have to swap out cars because I have a big group, so it's where the bigger car comes in. The more luggage space, the more seating space, honestly, the more money. It's a no-brainer. More seating space, more luggage space, the more money you make. You can have 2 parties traveling together and they can share the cost. You got the booking. You have the booking. Mr. and Mrs. Brown, happy New Year. All the best in 2023. Oh yeah, Beverly Hills, money. Just park outside of Beverly Hills, cash. Beverly Hills Hotel. You could pull up there with your black, your Lux. Great place. You can sit there right in the driveway by Beverly, just off Sunset. You sit right there and you wait. Boom! Money. Money trip. Money trip. Only problem is with Beverly Hills, if they just want to take a short trip up to Sunset and go to a restaurant, you don't really make much money. But if they're going out to a concert, they're going out to Universal Studios, or yeah, that's money. If they're going to the airport, that's money. Anybody ever had breakfast or brunch on a Sunday at the Beverly Hills Hotel? Do it. It costs a fortune. It's worth it. It's delicious. At that pink hotel, the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm your private client. Client for money. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Brown. Quarter past 10. I smell raccoon, terrible smell. Oh, penetrating smell, that raccoon smell, dead raccoon. No, not raccoon, skunk, sorry, skunk. Don't want to insult the raccoons. Skunk, dead skunk on the road, smelly car. Sorry, raccoons, it's the skunks. Didn't mean to give the raccoons a bad name. Skunks. Terrible. Lingers in your car like for 45 seconds. Terrible. Open the windows. From the windows to the wall. From the windows to the wall. All you. Cherry pick, baby. 2023 is about picking as many cherries as you can. Cherries are healthy. Cherries are detoxing. Pick those cherries in 2023. Pick them. Just keep on picking cherries. It's the only fruit that matters. The only fruit. Super, super high in vitamin C. Super good for money. Super good for detoxing. Cherries. Cherries have so many benefits. Cherry picking has so many benefits. Oh, we're on 60 minutes. We're on our live feed. All right, my friends, my amigos, meine Freunde, my comrades from Russia, my comrades from Ukraine, my comrades from Belarus, my comrades from Lithuania, my comrades from wherever you are. Be safe out there. Amigos, we're gonna party. We're gonna party like it's 1999. 2023 is around the corner, 48 hours. We're counting down, we're counting down. Love cherries, love cherries. Cherry picking and cherries. Another one, and another one. Spit out the pip. And another one, suck the flesh. Spit out the pip. And another one. Cherry pick all day long. Cherry pick, cherry pick, cherry pick, cherry pick. $57, tres por favor. 1, 2, 3, s'il vous plaît. 1, 2, 3 bitte. 1, 2, 3 alsjeblieft. 1, 2, 3 please. 1, 2, 3 por favor. 3 more likes and I'm out of here. 3 more of these. We're on 57. Obrigado, estás bom. Estás bom de português? To all the internationals. 58. 2 more. Japanese, each knee. 2 more. 1 more. On 59. 59. Oh, Long Beach tomorrow? Wow, that's a good one. Text me, I'll tell you. I'll be in Long Beach, I guess, touching down there at 11 a.m. I'm working on my Pontiac tomorrow. $60, we did it. We made 60 likes in 60 minutes. That's beautiful. That's an average of 1 like per minute. 60. Thank you. 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 Thank you for 2022. And we're going to rock on. We're going to rock on in 2023. We're going to have a lot of fun in 2023. 2023 is our year. 2023. 2023. 2020, 23, 23. 2023. 60. All right. I need to get back to this client because he's blowing up my frickin' phone. Probably thinks I'm not coming anymore. I already told her I'm on my way. I already told her I'm on time. I don't know why people have to send you further tickets. Are you going to be on time? You're going to be... Yes, I'm going to be on time, honey. I will pick you up on time, honey. Don't you worry, honey. I'm coming, honey. Right? So, God bless you all. Please be safe. Alert, eyes open, ears open, 360 radar, right? How do we start this video? We started it off by reporting on a lady that tears out her hair and leaves hair follicles, DNA evidence, and fingerprints in every car she drives in every Uber or Lyft trip because she's afraid it might be her last. Well, that doesn't tell you much about safety, right? It tells you like people have fear. It's not a good thing. That woman drives in fear. If you have to start pulling out your hair and leaving fingerprints, I mean, you're living in fear. And that's sad. I find that very, very sad. That's why I made the video. That's what prompted me to make the video. Crazy. Now, every driver is going to find more hair in their car because every people now, all the riders are going to start pulling out their hair. So you're going to see like blonde hair, brown hair, orange hair, no hair. You're going to see more and more hair in your car because riders are pulling out their hair follicles and leaving it in your car. Can you imagine? Like, and then dogs come in, you're going to pull out dog hair, and you're going to hopefully not pull out pubic hair. You're going to pull out regular blonde hair, and they leave them in the car. It's a shame. It's a shame. So your car's going to be full of hair. Can you imagine how much hair you're going to start accumulating now? Because this video went viral. Because these people are driving in fear. They think that we're the tyrants, the drivers. It's actually the other way around, dear rider. We have more to fear than you have to fear, right? We are vetted. You are not vetted. We have people in hoodies and masks in the car, right? So think about the driver for a second, right? We are vetted. What's like the worst case that a driver's going to say, oh, you look beautiful. Oh, it's sexual harassment. Somebody says, I've told clients that's a beautiful dress. Or sexual harassment. No, it is a beautiful dress, right? So, but I'm vetted. Don't have any shit on my background. Don't have any tainted records, criminal records, nothing, right? So that's who we are. We are checked. We are vetted. Can't say the same about a rider or a passenger. They are definitely not vetted. A guy and girl that shot that guy in Houston, Texas, they definitely not vetted, right? Definitely not vetted. So we have more to fear than the rider has to fear. But expect a lot of hair follicles and fingerprints in your car now because that one video went viral. The lady said, I suggest you start tearing out your hair on every trip. What the hell? What the heck? It's gonna be like a car filled with hair. So more vacuum cleaning hair follicles, and it's getting crazy out there, man. It's getting crazy. Electronics says, "What's up? Snow melted. Time to make money." I'm not a good snow person. I mean, I love snow for 24 hours. I'm not a person that could live in this. I could not live in Colorado. I could not live in Utah because of the snow. No. It's one of the reasons I left Europe. I did not like the snow. It's too cold. It's nice to go skiing in Switzerland or skiing in Utah. Great. 1 or 2 days. Thank you very much. Been there, done that. No snow, por favor. None of that white powdery substance. Not happening for me. I like the ocean. I like the warm water. I like the waves. I like the sand on the beach. But I ain't like the snow. I do not like the snow. Again, I like the sunshine. I like the ocean. I like the waves. I like the sand on the beach. But I don't like the snow. It's just how I roll. But 30 people in the house, 63 likes on the way out. We're going to wind it down right now. Right now. The next 60 seconds. This live feed is over. Bless you all. God bless you all. Please be safe. Please lock your frickin' windows, your doors. Make sure you know where your mace is, where your taser. Don't put the taser in the sort of like where the rider can see it. Otherwise, they'll report you. Make sure you have something tucked away. Something. In case something happens, you pull out the something and you can surprise them. Maybe you surprise them with a 9mm. Who knows? But you come first. You're numero uno. I love you all. I appreciate you all from my family in California, wherever you are, sending you tons and tons of well wishes, health, happiness, prosperity for 2023. 2023 coming your way. Tons and tons of frickin' hearts, positivity, thumbs up, cash, money, blue $100 notes, prosperity, health, everything coming your way for 2023. Love you all. Thank you, and thank you again, everyone. Bye-bye.